Hello everyone, I'm Orgho, teacher at New Holy Cross Public School. The Education Department of the Government of West Bengal has announced the closure of all the academic activities in the schools, colleges and universities till the 31st of July. The school authority therefore is announcing a new syllabus for the second term exams of our school. Guardians and students are instructed to make preparations according to the new syllabus. The school authority may also make arrangements for imparting some exemplary lessons on the important subjects to enable the students to prepare themselves. Please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon so that you get notified about our new videos to follow our videographic lessons and the new syllabus. In this video, I'm going to discuss about the syllabus for classes 1 to 5. First, let me come on to the syllabus for class 1, Mathematics, Step Up Maths book. First is tables 2 to 7, page 59, 60, 61. Second is short multiplication, page 64 to 67.
Chapter 11.
Page 106, 107. All these you need to do in book and in the school copy as well. Second, I come on to moral science. Chapter 5, My School, My Second Home. Chapter 8, Too Many Nuts. Learn the chapters thoroughly and do the exercises in the book as well as the school copy. English Literature. Chapter 6, Honest Granny. Chapter 12, The Thirsty Crow. Chapter 14, About Me. Learn the chapters thoroughly and do the exercises in the book and in the school copy as well. Now I come on to English Language. Chapter 3, Noun. Chapter 6, Pronoun. Chapter 9, Am is are. Chapter 18, Vocabulary. You need to do all these in your book and the school copy. Now I come on to GK. Chapter 20, Pride of our Nation. Chapter 22, Our National Symbols. Chapter 25, Fruits We Eat. Chapter 26, Vegetables. Chapter 28, Indoor Games. Chapter 37, Gadgets We Use at Home. Chapter 56 and 57, Number Game and Geometrical Shape. Next is Hindi. Chapter 6 and Chapter 8. Next is Hindi Grammar. Chapter 3 and Chapter 4. Next is Computer. Chapter 4, Uses of the Computer. Chapter 5, the Keyboard. Do the exercises in the school book and in the school copy as well. Now I come on to Science. Chapter 4, Food from Plants. Chapter 8, Home of Animals. Chapter 14, Cleanliness and Good Habits. Learn the chapters thoroughly and do the exercises in the school book and in the school copy. Now drawing. Draw and color a duck and a kite in your school drawing copy. Refer to page 8 and 9 in your magic book. Now I come on to Bengali grammar. Lingo, bochon, samarthok shabdo. Duti kore lekho. Then I come on to Bengali. Jofola, Rafola, Bofola, Mofola. Kothay lekho 1 থেকে 40, সংখ্যায় লেখো 1 থেকে 150. Syllabus for class 2. English Literature. Chapter 8, Boats Sail on the Rivers. Chapter 11, How Careful Rehan Is. Chapter 12, Unity is Strength. Learn the chapters pretty well and do the exercises in the school book and in the school copy as well. English Language. Chapter 4, Noun, Singular and Plural. Chapter 5, Pronoun. Chapter 6 and 7, Adjectives and Comparison of Adjectives. Chapter 8, Doing Words, Verbs. Learn the chapters and do the exercises in the school book and copy. Maths. Chapter 5, Subtraction and Worksheet. Chapter 6, Multiplication up to page 72. Do the exercises in the book and in school copy. Science. Chapter 2, Useful Green World. Chapter 3, Domestic Animals. Chapter 13, Our Body. Now I move on to Computer. Chapter 2, Computers are everywhere. Chapter 5, Computer Keyboard and Mouse. Moral Science. Chapter 5, Golden Eggs. Chapter 6, Bundle of Sticks. General Knowledge. Chapter 16, Parts of Plants. Chapter 21, Famous Social Reformers of India. Chapter 23, dresses we wear. Chapter 32, number of players. Chapter 36, it's celebration time. Chapter 38, various professionals. Chapter 42, world's currencies. Chapter 48, they go together. Do the exercises in the book. Hindi grammar. Chapter 4, 5, 6. Hindi literature. Chapter 3, 10, 11. Drawing. Draw a garden with different trees and flowers. Bengali literature. Choto Nodi. Second is Sravone o Bhadre. Third, Protul o tar Bhalluk. Bengali grammar. Sandhi, Purush, Samoচ্চারিত ভিন্নার্থক শব্দ. Coming on to the syllabus for class 3. English literature. Chapter 3, The Selfish Merchant. Chapter 12, The Sun and the Wind. Chapter 17, My Birthday. English grammar. Chapter 4, The Noun, kinds of noun. Chapter 6, Pronoun. Chapter 7, The adjective. Chapter 13, The conjunctions. Chapter 16, Synonyms. Mathematics. Chapter 5, Multiplication. Chapter 6, Division. Exercise 6A and 6B. Science. Chapter 9, Air and Water. Chapter 13, Matter and Different Materials. Chapter 16, Safety and First Aid. Now, Computer Science. Chapter 5, Introduction to WordPad. Next is Moral Science. Chapter 4, Perfect Pair of Sandals. Chapter 5, Making Life Easy. Then General Knowledge. Chapter 19, Water Animals. Chapter 20, States and their capitals. Chapter 21, Famous Social Reformers of India. Chapter 22, Famous Indian Monuments. Chapter 28, Highest, Longest and Largest. Chapter 39, Persons in Charge of. Chapter 40, Directions. Chapter 65, Mythological People. Then I come on to Hindi. Chapter 2, 5 and 6. Hindi grammar. Chapter 7, 9 and 10. Art. Draw the scenery of a village with a river and color it. Do it in the school drawing copy. EVS. Chapter 3, Weekend Sense. Chapter 5, Ways of Recreation. Chapter 16, Clean and Safe Water. Common Bengali. ক থেকে ম পর্যন্ত লেখো, 1 থেকে 50 পর্যন্ত সংখ্যায় লেখো. You need to learn all these chapters very carefully, and you need to do all the exercises in the book where there is scope, and in the school copy as well. You need to do it compulsorily. Now I move on to the syllabus for class 4. Science. Chapter 5, Food Making Plants. Chapter 10, Teeth and Microbes. Chapter 18, Safety and First Aid. Moral Science. Chapter 7, No Pain, No Gain. Chapter 8, Pull Them Out. Chapter 12, Handful of Grains. Next I move on to English literature. Chapter 12, Pollution. Chapter 13, Nightingale. English language. Chapter 4, Pronoun. Chapter 5, Adjectives. Chapter 6, the verb, kinds of verbs. Now I move on to mathematics. Chapter 6, Division. Chapter 11, Money. Chapter 14, Geometry. And chapter 16, Time Measurement. Next is Computer. Chapter 2, Computer Hardware. Then Social Science. Chapter 5, Soils and Crops. Chapter 7, Forests and Wildlife. EVS. Chapter 12, Houses, Then and Now. Chapter 14, Animal Shelters. Chapter 17, Animal Powered Transport. Then I move on to Hindi. Chapter 4 and Chapter 5, Hindi Grammar. Chapter 9, Chapter 10 and Chapter 18. Chapter 18, you only need to study page 81. Next is General Knowledge. Chapter 4, Human Body. Chapter 13, The Lost World. Chapter 25, The Famous Monuments. Chapter 27, Sports Ground. Chapter 38, What do we call them? Chapter 39, Raw materials. Chapter 42, Various places for keeping things. Then I move on to drawing. Draw a cityscape with the buildings, roads, cars, lampposts, trees, and the people moving on the streets and on the buildings or anywhere you like. Common Bengali for class 4. সংখ্যায় 1 থেকে 150 পর্যন্ত লেখো। কথায় 1 থেকে 30 পর্যন্ত লেখো। জ্যোতি চিহ্ন আকার এবং হস্যইকার যোগে দুটি করে শব্দ গঠন করো। ক থেকে ম পর্যন্ত শব্দ গঠন করে দুটি করে লেখো। Whatever chapter has been kept for the syllabus of the second term exams, you need to learn all the chapters of all the subjects thoroughly, very carefully and properly, and do the exercises in the school book where there is scope, and you need to do all the exercises in the school copy. Getting on to the syllabus for class 5, English Literature. Chapter 8, If We Didn't Have Birthdays. Chapter 9, The Immortal Friendship. Chapter 10, The Jungle Book. English Grammar. Chapter 7, Adjective and Comparison. Chapter 8, Adverb. Chapter 10, Determiners. Chapter 11, Conjunctions. And Chapter 13, Anomalous Finities. Am, is, are, was, were. Moving on to Mathematics. Chapter 5, HCF and LCM. Chapter 8, Simplification. Chapter 11, Average. Chapter 12, Ratio. Chapter 18, Geometry. Then Science. Chapter 11, Respiration in Living Beings. Chapter 2, Air, Water and Weather. Chapter 6, Reproduction in Plants. Next is Social Science. Chapter 5, Weather and Climate. Chapter 15, The Revolt of 1857. Chapter 18, Festive Religions. Moral Science. Chapter 4, The Racing Stag. Chapter 5, Jammed Wheels. Chapter 11, A Pound of Butter. Chapter 13, The Warrior Horse. Next is Computer. Chapter 1, Generation of Computers. And Chapter 4, Creating Tables in MS Word 2010. Then I come on to GK or General Knowledge. Chapter 12, Plants Quiz. Chapter 34, How Many Players. Chapter 42, Useful Gadgets or Machines. Chapter 44, Major Crops of India. Chapter 48, Important National Days and Dates. Chapter 54, 7 Wonders of the Ancient World. Chapter 57, Major Languages of the World. Then I come on to Hindi Literature. Chapter 6, 8, 10 and 13. Then Hindi Grammar. Chapter 6, 12, 7, 13 and 16. Art. Draw the scene of a classroom with teacher and 10 students. Common Bengali for class 5. ক থেকে চন্দ্রবিন্দু পর্যন্ত মাত্রা যোগে দুটি করে শব্দ গঠন করো। 1 থেকে 50 কথায় লেখো। 1 থেকে 200 সংখ্যায় লেখো। তোমার প্রিয় বন্ধু সম্বন্ধে 5টি লাইন নিজের ভাষায় লেখো। Whatever chapter has been kept for the syllabus of the second term exams, you need to learn all the chapters of all the subjects thoroughly, very carefully and properly, and do the exercises in the school book where there is scope, and you need to do all the exercises in the school copy.